You mentioned singing with Lemmy. What was that like? What was the scenario? Tell us that story.
Oh, it was killer. It was, we got there, we got the opening slot for them through their German dates. I think it was 2007. And we had toured with them prior. And, and one of the things I've always liked about that, whole Motorhead vibe was, they were in it to win it, but they never forgot you. So we toured, it was a killer tour. One of our first real tours in the States was Slayer Motorhead Overkill. So it was, that is about as bombastic as you can get back in the 80s.
That's awesome.
And,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I run into Lemmy or Phil Campbell or Filthy Taylor was playing drums at that particular time. Wurzel was in the band, so they're actually a 2-guitar band. And you'd run into them years later, and they'd always remember you, and that was always a great thing. But in 2007, we got this opening slot for them going through Germany, and they had just blown up in that part of Europe. They were playing. They weren't playing the 500-seaters or 1,000-seaters. They were playing 5 years before, but they were doing 5 to 10,000-seaters, which was insane. And it was the last night in Berlin, and our TM, tour manager, Eric, Big E, came in and said, Lemmy wants to talk to you. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever he wants. I'm going to go down and check it out. So he's like, I want you to sing Overkill with me. It's going to be the last show of the night. And I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah. And I know this song cold, And I'm in a panic. So I got the Sharpie out, and I'm writing the first word of each verse on my forearm because, I don't want to nervous the whole thing up and ruin the opportunity, right? For a singer, you got the first word, everything else just spills out of your mouth. So I got it, and I was up there, and he said, you can have your own mic or you can duet, and we can go back and forth. And we were doing a little of both. And he caught me peeking at my forearm, and in Berlin, right? He's yelling out to 10,000 crazed Motorhead bangers, he's got cheat notes.
Wow, Lemmy's a snitch.
He sent me out to the whole crowd. And I didn't know what to do, so I jumped into the audience where they consumed me like piranha.